Hey, what's up guys? Footy Manager TV here. This is episode 5 of A New Way of Football with Stoke City. As you can see here, we're unbeaten in 4 matches. That is very positive, but the main result here, 5-0 against Q.P.R. Finally, my tactic or tactics now with 3 different variations of one formation really, or one tactic, however you want to call it. It's finally working well, winning 5-0. I'm not sure what happened to Q.P.R. in that match, but we were super in that match. And I just want to analyze my results. Like, I suppose, looking at it, we're not doing amazingly. We're 12th. That's not bad if you think about it. Newcastle, they got a game in hand. You think they'll at least get a draw or a win, depending who they're playing against. I'm not sure. Nah, they're not playing against anyone there. But if they even get a draw, leapfrog. But we're sitting mid-table, and that's where our board is expecting us to come. And that's what I will do in my careers. In my first season, I just want to sign young players and give them chances, and make sure we just achieve what is expected of us. We're probably not going to overachieve because I really want to give youngsters chances, and hopefully they improve, which will put us in good stead for future matches. But before I get into anything, I got a new face pack as well, a new skin also. If you watched my previous episode of Arsenal, I'm looking to sign some more players. If you just want to see Augustine Alione, you know I've shown you him, but this is what he looks like. See a picture there. Before they didn't have faces. Renan Donetse as well. Signed him very cheap for his release clause at 375k. Definite prospect as well. Very similar to Adrian, the other Brazilian cheap player, and Ronnie, who's a bit older, who he signed on a free transfer coming in January also. So he's going to probably make an impact straight away, I'm hoping anyway. And a lot of our other players at the team already are doing fantastically. And yeah, I've got to be happy. I was just thinking about this before I actually started making this video. We have never lost by more than a goal in a match, apart from the Manchester United match early in the season. And they scored late in that match as well. So that's the only match where we lost by more than a goal. That's got to be the positive signs. And if you look here, the last 5 matches, we've only conceded 3 goals in the last 5. So you've got to be happy with that. And we scored 7, with 5 being in the last match against Q.P.R, which I definitely want to show that match. Because we basically dominated, even though a few goals are from corners and 1 from a penalty. But to me, it all counts. We had 10 shots on target, so we definitely deserved to win by that much, in my opinion. So we check out Nicholas Helenius, who's been fantastic. He recently won the youngest player of the year, young player of the year, like month, best young player of the month. That's what I'm trying to say. So he was the first goal. A good counter-attack again. Ball by Matthias finds Helenius, and there was a great goal right there. And the next goal, Ryan Shawcross, he's been fantastic. I'll show you his ratings in a minute. But here from the corner, good reactions there. He was just anticipating it to land to him, and it did. And not too long later, he scored, but that was our last goal. Then Marco Torsaleri, another goal from a corner. Charlie Adam with the corner. Then Torsaleri, he didn't actually get it from the header, just on the rebound there. I suppose you could call those lucky goals, but you got to take the luck you get. And then we had a penalty. Mark Wilson, again from another set-piece corner. We got a penalty. I suppose people will say I probably was a bit lucky to win by this much, but we applied the pressure. We had 10 shots on target, so we definitely were able, well, at least we deserved to score at least 3. So we did dominate this match, so the result was deserving, at least to me anyway. And then we had Shawcross with his final goal, scored 2 and assisted 1. Fantastic that time, straight from the corner. And Ryan Shawcross, he's been a beast for us, a 9.5 rating in that match. And luckily we've tied him down to a big contract, and expires in 2018, so definitely for a long period. As you can see, fantastic attributes right there. And in the Premier League, he scored 3 goals, 1 assist, and 4 player of the matches with a 7.96 rating. That's just crazy. But now we've got to focus on our next challenge. That is the Capital One Cup. And we are playing against Leicester City in the quarterfinal. I'd love to get a good run on here. So we'll see what tactic we're going to use here. For me, where I scored a lot of those goals from corners, they were actually on my most defensive formation, which is a counter-attack formation. I'll apply that. I think this is the one right here. Yeah, it must be. If I click here, which one is it? No, that's... Yeah, I've got to go back to... Yeah, this is the defensive one. This is the one where we scored a lot of goals late from the set pieces. But for me, I like starting with the more controlled one. But you think playing against an easier team, we should go attacking, so that's what I'm going to go for. Yeah, so I'm going to go to attack from the off, and hopefully get a positive result. Mark Wilson, I'm teaching him to play right wing back, so he's doing very well there. Jeff Cameron as well, teaching him to play there so he can have some rotations in that position. But going to bring Robert Huth back for Torsoleri. And yeah, those two, Shawcross and Robert Huth, they're doing so fantastic together. Marek Cech doing so well. Oh, not so well. He's doing okay for us in the left wing back. He has Premier League experience. That's one reason I signed him. But I definitely want to get Lucas Romero back in the team. He's a big prospect for us. As you can just see by his attributes, mentally he's fantastic, which naturally it increases when you get older, and he's still only 18. And also not going to turn 19 until April, so he's definitely got a big amount of time to improve in all his technical attributes as well. He's just going to be a fantastic player, teaching him to play attacking mid because of his good technique, passing, creativity, a little bit dribbling. So he could be a super player, but definitely as a deep-lying playmaker, he will do very well in this formation we're using right now. Glenn Whelan's doing good though, and Zonzi, all of our players in midfield are doing greatly, so it's really hard to change players up. But Whelan, I don't know, for me, there's nothing really special about him. Passing only 13, dribbling only 10, and crossing 9. He's not that great technically. He's just okay passer, I guess, but he's not going to really be in the future plans for me. So let's bring in Lucas Romero there. Charlie Adam obviously getting back from that injury. We're going to need him. He's one of our key players. And like I said, Nzonzi as the more defensive centre mid. Jonathan Walters out wide with the superb morale. Matthias, who's been fantastic for us in recent games. Only 18 as well. Great attributes. Improving. So I expect him to be a future prospect for us and a key player to the team in the future. Anyone else that's deserving to start? Not really. All these players are playing well, so I don't really see a reason to change it up right now. Jamie Ness coming back from injury, so I'm going to give him that reserve squad matches. And yeah, that's pretty much it for now. And like I said, with building young players, that's my key thing. I'm looking to build these young players into the team. And 3 or 4 seasons in, I see this team to be like a great team and maybe to qualify for Champions League. We got Hellenius. He's going to be our key striker. We probably need another one. I'm probably going to try and sell Peter Crouch as well. But for now, moving into a match and see how we can go against Leicester City. You would expect we would win this match at home with our attacking formation. And hopefully we can get another similar result to the 5-0 one right there against Q.P.R, which was very important. Made our goal difference go up by heaps. And it sort of turned, I'm not going to say a bad start. To me, it wasn't a bad start. It was just an okay start. I had something flashing there. Not sure if it's going to show. But anyway, like I said, it wasn't an amazing start. It was just, sorry, I had to deal with that. Anyway, you have to go back into the game now. Yeah, let's go. And yeah, like I said, it wasn't a bad start, but it wasn't a fantastic start by all means. But don't forget, we're not a top team, so we're not expected to come in the top half of the table. We're expected to come mid-table, so it wasn't a bad start. We were sort of averaging a point per game. It wasn't, I suppose if you average that, you're not going to end up too bad. You're going to end up pretty bad by the end of the season, I guess, but we get wins along the way. So we pick up the draws, but then we picked up the wins like Q.P.R. So I'm pretty sure we'll be able to come mid-table with these results, picking up draws and getting the odd win here and there. And hopefully we could finish in the high 40s amount of points, maybe 50 as well. Depends how we go. And really, I would start to expect to get more wins. And I would love to go on a cup run here. You would expect we would win this match right here. So let's move on. Continue with the team talk. And we're Stoke City, and we're against Leicester City, so I would be expecting to win this match, so go assertive, and I fully expect you to keep our run going and win this match. So we don't really get positive comments with that. It's just like no reaction, but sometimes that can be good, because my players know that they expect to win this match, so they have to go out there and do the job. So hopefully they can do that to full efficiency. Shawcross, I would imagine we wouldn't concede in this match because Shawcross, he's just been doing fantastically. Robert Huth as well. A fantastic centre-back partnership between them. There's not more I could ask for. Romero, great interception. And here's Matthias. Like I said, he's been a beast. Looking to assist right here again. But it wasn't to be the case on that occasion. And Nzonzi should be winning a free kick there. Well done. Very early in the game, so nothing was going to expect there. And I'm really liking my formations that I've created here. With a very attacking formation, but I've already talked about it in the previous episode, so I don't need to talk about it too much, but it's got good variation for different stages against different teams. Like I said, different stages in matches and against different teams as well, so it's got a good variation, and that hopefully can put us in good stead for coming in a good league position this season. So a bad pass by Schmeichel there, Jonathan Walters, superb morale, like I mentioned. Mark Wilson, down the wing back, which I'm teaching him to play. Charlie Adam, hopefully a dangerous ball. Walters, superb morale. Matthias had a chance there, but he couldn't connect to the ball with full efficiency. And that could have been a good chance a bit there. But like I said, Matthias couldn't really gain control of his shots. And yeah, couldn't do much there. And you can see here, body language and performance. There's a lot of things that can be shown here. As you can see, you can check the passing percentage, distance, all that kind of thing, rating. So that's a very good thing with this skin. It fits that in, which is very good. I'm sure you can put it on normally anyway, I'm pretty sure. But anyway, let's continue. And hopefully we can pick up a good result. As you can see, we're dominating possession as expected. Lucas Romero, warned by the referee. I'm going to play him so much, like I said previously, playing my young players heaps. Because if I play him so much, he's going to become into such a great player. And hopefully he doesn't get gone to another team with offers, like big money offers. And here's a chance. Jonathan Walters with the superb morale. He's in once again. Been fantastic for us. Attacking players have been fantastic. Defense has been fantastic. And that's why I said I'm happy with the results. I suppose some results have been disappointing, the losses. But if you think about it, the losses have only been against really big teams. Manchester United, Tottenham, and Manchester City. Other teams have either drawn against or won. So it's not as bad as you may think if you think I'm too low in the table. I've only lost against teams that are far superior to me. So to me, I'm really happy with how we're going because we're going to have a sort of easier run of games now. And we might be able to pick up wins, as you can see here. We're starting very bright, even though this is a lower team. But obviously, they done well to get this far, Leicester City. So they must have some quality to them. But Wilson again. Oh no, that's a red card. I guess I have to go fully defensive now and to pick up this win. Unfortunately, that happens sometimes, and you're going to have to get Mark Wilson back in there. And this is where bad stuff happens, where you're going to have to change up Hellenius. You're going to have to take the striker off here. Actually, I'm going to put Jonathan Walters there because he's got superb morale. And let's bring on, actually, put Jeff Cameron and bring him into that right wing back, which I'm teaching him to play also. Then bring Jonathan Walters there. And actually, I have to go back to the whole defensive formation. Is this the... Yeah, it's just messed up right now. Yeah, the whole thing's messed. How are we going to do this? Yeah, Jeff Cameron, bring Wilson into the centre back position. Central defender. Jeff Cameron, then put him in wing back. And I think that should suit right there. I'm not going to take any risks. I'm just going to play it cool. And yeah, just going to leave it like that. And hopefully that can be good. Just check out Anchorman and Zonzi. Romero is the deep lying playmaker, and obviously advanced playmaker in Charlie Adam, but I'm not really looking to score now. I'm just looking to hold on to this result. And who knows, we may score a goal somehow, but I doubt. I just want to play defensive from now. Hellenius, some reason he changed. It just didn't go through for whatever reason. Hellenius go off for Cameron. And yeah, that's it. I'm not sure any other subs I could do. Marek check. And now he's performing well. Just got to leave it as is for now. And like I said, I just did that, so I'm not sure. Yeah, I'm not sure what happened with that. But anyway, regardless, we're in a solid position. We're winning. At least we scored a goal before getting a red card by Robert Huth. Unfortunately, I gave him a break and he came back to get a red card. That's pretty unfortunate and probably going to miss the next Premier League match as well. But I'm happy with things how they're going. But only Jeff Cameron, who just came on, got a good result. But you got to be happy winning a match. You can't get too angry at your players because then you don't know the negative feedback could occur from that. So I'm really happy, like I said, with how I'm going. Regardless of what other people may think, I'm really happy with Stoke. Like I said, we're only expected to come mid-table, and I'm looking to do that first season. I'm going to blood my younger players, and hopefully, like I said, that will keep us in good stead for next season, and hopefully they'll come into really key players for us. And who knows, maybe we're going to try and come in a European place. I would love to qualify for Europa League first, not Champions League, because then I could try and win the Europa League before I win the Champions League. That's sort of how I would like to do it, but you can't really plan for that. It just depends how the season goes, I guess. I don't really want to change anything up here because Breck Shea hasn't done that great, but I'm thinking to bring on, I'm not really sure who to bring on right here. Everything is, I may wait a bit more until other players like fitness lowers, but hopefully it doesn't, we don't concede a goal. That will be a disaster because we have one less player on the ground. Wilson, tackle again. No, we need to get on the ball here. We need to get on tackle. Of course, I knew that was going to happen. I'm not sure if we play for the draw. It's going to be an extra time. Maybe try and win by penalty shootout. I'm not sure. And yeah, unfortunately, it was all ruined by Robert Huth getting that red card. We were going on so well. We were dominating possession. And yeah, I suppose the game is scripted like that to some degree. But Matthias, could we score a goal here? Matthias finds Jonathan Walters. So close. Oh, we're so close there to getting the winner back. But we guess we have to make some subs here. Take Marek Czech off. And yeah, going to have to bring on Breck Shea. He's the only one who can play that position, even though his morale is poor. And Matthias, not a great rating. And who should we bring on here? We got Jermaine Pennant, I guess, for some pace and crossing ability right there. But I should bring him on his natural side in right wing. He's not natural there, but who knows. Just swing Walters on the other side for someone else to deal with him. And let's go. Yeah, I'm not really expecting to score again because I'm going to have to use this fully defensive formation. You know, my other ones are pretty attacking, so I can't really do that with one less player. Yeah, I knew every time I get a red card, I always concede no matter how defensive I put my formation. And unfortunately, it's not going to be another leg. We're going to have to go into extra time, even though there's a fair away from that. So hopefully we can hold on. But yeah, I wouldn't be too confident not stopping Leicester City with an extra player. So I'm not really sure. Maybe we can score a late goal. Who knows what might happen. We're still getting a little bit more possession than them. So that has to be good. One of their players has to go off. I suppose that's a bit good for us. And yeah, we could have won this match. Robert Huth, we probably wouldn't have conceded if he had all the players on the ground. End of 90 minutes. Let's try and do a good team talk here. Just assertive. I'm just going to put no pressure on them like I always do. Yeah, it wasn't really a great reaction. Only one good reaction there. But yeah, I'm never really in this situation, so I'm not sure what to do the team talk for a cup match when you have one less player and you have to win. So I'm not sure what the best team talk would be for that. Hopefully we're not in this situation many more times. Ideally, I think we would have better players and more quality of the players and better goalkeeper as well to win out in the penalty shootout. But you know it's a lottery, so if we lose in the penalty shootout, if it gets to that stage, it may not even get to that stage as they may score here. And we're going to get knocked out because they're going to score from the overpowered corners or crosses. Like I said, crosses are so overpowered. And of course, we're probably going to lose now. Might as well go attacking because there's no point going defensive. And yeah, what a disaster right now. We were looking to win, but Robert Huth, once again, the game decided to give me a red card because it looks like I was going to really outdo my expectations. The game hates it when you get over your expectations. And yeah, I'm not even sure what to do right now. Jonathan Walters, I guess, put there. Charlie Adam, can he even play out wide? No, he can't. No, my formation is ruined now. I guess Ramiro can play there, but slightly. But I have no one else, so I have to do that. Yeah, and Zonzi, Adam. Yeah, when I get a red card, I have no idea what to do with my formation. So I just leave it at that and probably take the loss. Who knows? Just going attacking anyway. We're going to lose this match, but at least we can focus on the Premier League because Capital One Cup is not that important anyway. So I think we went far as expectations, like I said. So I suppose you got to be happy with that. And yeah, this was just an unlucky match. So don't really focus too much on this result. Because we got a red card, and red card, those matches, yeah, you can't really focus on them too much because it's not really a fair representation of the match because you have one less player, and we were looking odds on to win as well. So anyway, we got to move on. They're going to score again. I can just tell. That's what you get with a less player. Shout instruction. Sorry if I sound a bit disappointed, but I was looking odds on, like I said, to win, but then the game decided to give me a red card. Can't do much with that. And yeah, like I said, at least I can focus on the Premier League and get good results there. And maybe in the FA Cup, I would love to do better in the FA Cup. Like I would obviously want to do better more in the FA Cup than Capital One Cup. Yeah, Capital One Cup is normally games where you give matches to younger players. But we did pretty good. I doubt we'll score a late winner, but who knows what will happen. I did get the ball forward, but no action seems to be happening right now. And of course, nothing's going to happen. It's the end of the match, of course. And we lost by getting a red card. We probably wouldn't have lost if we didn't. I know I keep saying it, but that's probably the truth. And the game wanted to give me a red card to ruin my chances. But anyway, I said it was a pleasing performance. It was up until the red card. Jermaine Pennant goes, we got one good bat. Sometimes these team talks are a lottery as well. But look at that just dominance right there. 8 shots on target, 25 shots, 57% possession. So we dominated with the stats. You can't say it's not scripted with that. We had so many shots on target. Then the game decided to give us a red card and make them score. So I'm not taking that as not scripted or anything to do with my tactics. We were supposed to win that match, but somewhere along the way, the game didn't want me to win. But I don't mind it. Like I said, I don't regard as the Capital One Cup that highly. I'd rather do better in the season and FA Cup as well. That's Obviously, the most important English Cup, at least to me anyway. Adam on form. At least we got some good. See, Shea here, very poor, disappointing performance by him. We're trying to find some a full back because we don't have, a wing back. We don't have anyone natural there. Searching for this really pacey guy here with 18 pace. If you check out, he is only back up to the first team for Hoffenheim and in their reserve, so they may accept the offer. But the thing is, he has potential to be a good Premier Division right midfielder in the future, so he definitely does have that potential. So at the moment he doesn't. That's why he's probably not in the first team plan. So we could potentially sneak him for a cheap price and bring him to the team. That's what we need, some pace down that right wing back, attacking, going to attack as well. He's not bad defensively. 9 tackling, obviously not good, but that's going to improve. He's still a fairly young player, being 22, but pacey fullbacks or wingbacks are great in the game, and he has got 12 marking, so that's a bit better. Obviously, technically, he's really bad, well, not bad, he's not great, but that pace definitely makes up for that, and his strength as well. You get good strength for the tackle, and he can play left wing as well, so he's got definitely a lot of positions he can play, so that could be very useful for rotations, that kind of a thing as well. So, unfortunately, we couldn't get the win in the Capital One Cup, but like I said, that was our first defeat in 5 matches, and we only the red card ruined the match, so don't focus too much on that. More so, I want you to focus on the 5-0 win. That's what I want you to be concentrating on, 5-0 against Q.P.R. And if you, the Premier League is the most important thing right now, at least this season, and I'm going to focus on cups, European Cups in future seasons, but for now, just want to consolidate Stoke in the Premier League, another good mid-table position, with getting our younger players good improvements in their attributes, and then maybe push for a European place next season. And I think this is not bad position right now. I'm not sure about you think. 12th, that's like a position you would see Stoke in real life, so you can't really say I'm doing bad with that. But that's it for now. Hopefully you enjoy this video, and I'll see you next time.